The US of A. What an amazing and beautiful country, isn't it? A country known for its outstanding tourist attractions. I can confidently say that the US, without a doubt, is filled with some of the best cities and places to live in the entire world, not including Chicago, of course. From the beautiful beaches and palm trees of Miami to the incredible sights of LA. I mean, you might see a homeless man get robbed from time to time, but overall, it's a pretty decent area. As an American citizen, I could go on and on for days about this amazing country. America really is home to some absolutely gorgeous and wonderful places to live. Unfortunately, today we'll be talking about none of those places. Today we'll be discussing the worst, most vile, most devious cities/states to live in America. I'm talking about if you live in any of these areas or even within a 100-mile radius, you need to pack your shit and leave immediately. I also made a part 1 to this video a few months back. If any of you want to go ahead and check that video out. Also, quick disclaimer for all you crybabies out there, this video is a complete joke, so please don't feel offended if I happen to mention the city or state that you happen to live in. Just sit back, relax, and laugh a little. First, we got Alaska. Now, I think I speak for all of us when I say, why the hell would you ever want to live in Alaska? I mean, unless you enjoy freezing and -7-degree weather. In Alaska, it's pretty much constantly snowing from sun up to sundown. There's nothing, and I mean nothing but snow and ice for miles and miles. And if you're lucky enough, you might see the occasional polar bear. Well, I guess if you come across a polar bear, then you're not that lucky, but you get my point. I'm so serious when I say, what in God's name is there to do in Alaska? Other than freeze to death, make snowmen, and drink hot chocolate. I don't know about y'all, but my entire life, I always believed Alaska was pretty much a deserted winter wonderland. You know, aside from the dancing penguins, of course. Oh wait, they only live in Antarctica. Man, Alaska's trash. Never would I have ever thought there would be people dumb enough to inhabit this place. And turns out there's over 700,000 dummies who do. If you're someone who had the unfortunate luck of being born in somewhere like Alaska, just know I'm praying for you. No one should have to be put through that type of torture. Telling people you're from or live in Alaska is probably more embarrassing than telling people you're from Ohio. The only good thing I can think about when it comes to Alaska is that it's where Santa and his elves live. Oh wait, never mind, that's the North Pole. Man, y'all niggas in Alaska really don't got shit, do you? Yeah, the best thing you Alaskans got is frostbite and moose, I guess. That's tough. Next, we got Detroit. Now, for any of you who don't know, Detroit is pretty much a 24/7 war zone. As of right now, Detroit ranks number 2 of the most dangerous cities in America. The ridiculous amount of crime that goes on here every day honestly makes no sense to me. I quite literally mean it when I say the Black Air Force energy that courses through the veins of every thug in that city is through the roof. You're almost guaranteed to get mugged if you ever even think about stepping outside at night. Detroit is quite literally the real life version of a fucking battle royale. You could be walking down the street, going to your local gas station to pick up a box of Hot Pockets and a Mountain Dew. All you're gonna hear is the sound of AR-15s, sniper rifles, some homeless people having sex. You might even hear the occasional nuclear bomb going off. And make sure you be careful of the meth heads that pop out of back alleys ready to rob your ass. And please don't think when you get in one of these situations that you're gonna be able to call 911 for assistance, because them niggas is corrupt too. Hell, if you call the cops when you're getting robbed, when the cops get there, instead of helping you, they're gonna end up robbing you too. You can't trust no one, not the mailman, not the police, and damn sure not the 7-Eleven employee. Any and everybody could be out to get you. Ain't nobody safe in Detroit. There's only one man that can save this doomed city. Batman. But I think that nigga's in retirement. So basically, if you live in Detroit, you're fucked. Next, we got Arizona. Now, for those of you who don't know, Arizona is quite literally nothing but one giant desert. There's absolutely nothing but sand on top of sand for miles and miles. And Lord forbid you get stranded in one of the many deserts located in Arizona without a water bottle, because you're as good as fuck, my boy. To me, Arizona is nothing more than the complete opposite of Alaska. When I think of Arizona, I just think of one of those old cowboy movies. You know, the ones where a camera would just be staring off into the distance, looking at the sunset next to a bunch of mountains, and maybe a couple cactuses here and there. Then all of a sudden, a random ass tumbleweed comes out of nowhere. Arizona is also known for being hot as hell, with temperatures reaching upwards of 107 degrees. Like, nigga, if it's more than 70 degrees outside, I feel like my balls are about to sweat off. At 107 degrees, I might die. It gets so damn hot in Arizona to the point the air becomes almost impossible to breathe. I honestly don't get the reasoning for ever wanting to live in a place where it's constantly just hot to the point you're gasping for air just to breathe. It's also dry as fuck. Like, at least a place like Florida, they get rain every now and then. Arizona's nothing more than an oversized Popeye's biscuit, not to mention the demons they call animals that live there. Then let's talk about the ridiculous amount of snakes, scorpions, and wolves that live in Arizona as well. And then for some reason, these animals be absolutely enormous. I remember going to Arizona just to visit family one time, and I kid you not, while walking down the street and minding my business, I got ran up on by a scorpion the size of my fucking hand. Big bro just started pressing me for no reason. Like, what the hell did I do to you? And me being the complete coward I am, you know damn well I started running for my life. I was taking absolutely no chances. You really think for for a second I was even gonna attempt to kill that overgrown lab experiment. Fuck no. The one positive thing I can say about a state like Arizona is that at least it's not Alaska. Next we got Baltimore. Now I quite literally only put Baltimore on this list because I can't stand the way these niggas talk. I know we've all seen the TikToks of how niggas from Baltimore speak, and it's clear that whatever goddamn language they speak, it ain't English. It sounds like a conjunction of random sounds you'd hear from a dying pigeon. I don't know what the education in the city of Baltimore is like, but clearly that shit is fucking terrible, because somehow they created an entire city that speak Minecraft enchantment table hieroglyphics. In my head, I just imagine a bunch of people walking around, literally making caveman noises as a way to communicate. Trying to have a conversation with someone from Baltimore is honestly more difficult than trying to talk to someone who literally doesn't speak English. And trust me, I'm accustomed to being around people who are impossible to understand. From New York niggas to southern farm niggas to even fucking toddlers. And I mean it when I say all of those people are 10 times easier to understand than the fucking Baltimoreans. It's as if people from Baltimore don't even speak English. As a matter of fact, they just went ahead and created their own language. A language that can only be understood by fellow Baltimoreans. Not to mention Baltimore is just a dirty ass city. Next we got Wyoming. Now I put Wyoming on this list because I don't know about y'all, but this has to be, and I quote, the most random, barely inhabited state I've ever seen. As a matter of fact, in the making of this video while browsing the map of the US, I completely even forgot this bum ass state even existed. There's no way anyone can tell me that the creation of a state like Wyoming wasn't a complete accident. To give you all the best visual representation of what a state like Wyoming looks like, just close your eyes and imagine nothing but a town full of hillbillies, cows, and grass. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire state of Wyoming summarized in 3 very words. Wyoming is the literal definition of what a ghost town looks like. Like, look at this. Where's the people? I mean it when I say Wyoming was just one of those states that were just frozen in time. You know how the rest of society kept progressing and developed technology, cars, etc. In Wyoming, they still live like it's the 1800s. They travel everywhere on horses, cook food using campfires, and for fun, instead of holding football or basketball games, they hold those old school cowboy showdowns. Outside the fact they have some pretty decent forests to go camping in, Wyoming just seems like one big giant snooze fest of a state. Next we got Las Vegas. Now Las Vegas is what I like to call the city of addiction and crushed dreams. For one, Las Vegas is the city where all the world's biggest degenerates and chronic gambling addicts go to come throw their money down the drain. With Las Vegas being the hub for all your gambling festivities, it's quite easy to say that quite literally the percentage of people that come here and lose their entire life savings is pretty damn high. Niggas really hit the Las Vegas Strip thinking in the back of their head they're really about to hit the jackpot. In their mind, they're about to flip the last $100 they have left to their name into a life-changing $1 million. That adrenaline rush you get from gambling your last dollars you have to your name be having them feel confident as shit. Be making them feel like they're really about to find a way to set their family and their family's family up for greatness, only to get shitted on in a game of blackjack and go completely bankrupt. Honestly, you'd be surprised by how common that exact scenario is for niggas who end up going broke from gambling in Vegas. I mean it when I say gambling in Las Vegas is the equivalent to taking all your money and pissing on it. Like, it's completely pointless. Not to mention Las Vegas in 2022 had the 7th highest homeless population. The thing I've always hated about Vegas is that the city is pretty much nothing but one big trap. Going to Las Vegas is nothing more than a one-way ticket to bankruptcy. They entice desperate gambling addicts into gambling every single dime they have left to their name. Plus, let's be honest, Las Vegas is a boring ass city. Next, we got the entirety of the Midwest. And best believe it's called the Midwest because everything in it is mid. Iowa, Kansas, Indiana, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. Fuck it, we'll go ahead and throw Missouri in there as well. These are what I like to call the forgotten states. These are pretty much the states I'm pretty sure not a single soul on earth even remembers exists. When I even think about the demographic of people who live in these states, I just imagine a bunch of old, creepy, wrinkly people who sit on their porch and eat cheese all day. The forgotten states are the states I believe don't really exist. I believe they're all just abandoned cities filled with hologram people. Like, let's be real. Have you ever met a soul born and raised in Iowa? No, you haven't. Like, let's keep it real. I think I've met more people from planet Mars than I have motherfuckers from Iowa. Like, nothing goes on in these states. Absolutely nothing. I feel like if I were to try and book a flight to South Dakota, it would give me an error. You know why? Because South Dakota isn't real. It's fake. So Illuminati warned us about this. To be honest, I feel like the funnest thing to do in the Midwest is to play with the dirt or some shit. That or look for aliens that for some reason always pop up in these areas. Now, I feel like before I end this video, I have to reiterate that yes, this video is a complete joke. Please don't take anything I said here seriously. I love all these states slash cities, except for Alaska. Fuck Alaska. But anyway, it's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please do not forget to leave a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed. Make sure to follow all my socials down below. If you want to hear some more of my voice, there should be another video somewhere on the screen. But yeah, that's about it. See you.